It is said that poets are born and not made. Unfortunately, I do not and cannot subscribe to this view. There are many, many poets I've seen in my lifetime who were not born as poets, but by virtue of their hearts, climbing cries, and one-pointed dedication, dedicated lives, they have become excellent poets. So, as it is true, poets are born, even so it is equally true that poets can be made. Now, here in the audience, I am sure there are some who are not poets, but at the same time have a longing, genuine desire to become poets. To them I used to offer a few humble and soulful suggestions. You want to be a poet. You can be a poet. You are bound to be a poet. Do not allow yourself to be ensnared by doubts, self-criticism. No. Self-enthusiasm. Yes. Try to free your mind for a few minutes from the coil of thought. Just for a few minutes, try to keep your mind silent. I'm not saying for a few hours, far from it, just for 4 or 5 minutes, keep your mind silent. And then the silent mind, place it in the throne, beautiful throne, illumining and fulfilling throne that your heart has created. It is inside your heart, this throne, and your heart is welcoming you to sit with your calm mind, to sit on the throne of beauty, purity, and divinity, which the heart has created for you. You write a poem and then read it time and again, as many times you want to. But each time you read, you try to increase your heart's joy. With your imaginative power. Imagination is a world of its own. It is as real as the reality that you see all around. So increase your joy every time you've read your poem. Take the poem as a whole. Appreciate it, admire it to your heart's content. Think of the Creator. Creator has created this creation. He has created, he is observing his creation, and he is enjoying his creation. Exactly the same way you create a poem, observe it, and enjoy it. You are the creator, you are the observer, and you are the enjoyer. There are critics here, there, and everywhere. You must not hear the chorus of impossible critics. Critics, it is said, are the failures in the world of poetry. There is considerable truth in it. Not through criticism that you can perfect others. Needless to say, not through self-criticism that you can produce better poetry. So self-criticism is not the correct way, but through proper inner cries, through self-searching, self-illumining attitude, that we can arrive at perfection. So, if we want to perfect our poems, it is we should dive deep within to bring to the fore more illumining aspiration cries. What we need at every moment is enthusiasm in measureless measure, and not criticism by others or self-criticism. Poetry is humanity's aspiration cry, and poetry is divinity's satisfaction root. There are many, many planes of consciousness from here. Poems can descend. And again, the poet also can climb up like a bird, high, higher, highest, and enter into these planes of consciousness and bring down the loftiest truths, light, and delight. A poet can write a poem from the mind proper. He can write a poem from the intuitive mind. He can write a poem from the higher mind. He can write poems even from the over mind. Even higher. From the over mind, he can bring down divinity and reality. And offer them to mankind. But when a poet enters into Shod, Chit, Ananda, consciousness, existence, consciousness and bliss, which is higher than all the planes that I have mentioned, mind, intuitive mind, higher mind, over mind, super mind. The poet feels that he has covered the longest possible distance. It is like making the longest telephone call. But once he reaches this highest plane of consciousness, he sees the poet supreme, absolute Lord, poet supreme, standing before him and tells him, "My poet child, you are mistaken, completely mistaken. Once you reach the highest, once you become one with the highest, your journey starts, and the highest are not at two different places. So, it is not the longest telephone conversation, telephone call. You can call it a local call or next door call. On the strength of your heart's immense cry, you as a poet have reached the ultimate heights. Once you reach the ultimate height, the journey's start and the journey's close become inseparably one.